I remember the day that I was in our basement and I was, doing something on the computer, and for some reason these sites came up. And I remember my first thought, because I held my husband so high, and I still do. I mean, we've gone through, we went through all of that. But I just at that moment, I thought, oh my gosh, someone has broken into our house and gone to our basement and looked at porn.
Why didn't I think of that? I mean, that.
Okay. Like, I really thought that. Like, because I just was so perplexed and like, where did these sites come from? And I mean, this couldn't be Dave. And then it like dawned on me. It was like God saying, Ashley, I am ripping the Band-Aid off here, and this is what's going on. And it was like, Dave always says, it was like the worst thing and the best thing that happened all at once. Because y'all, I knew something was up. Like, I felt the little bit of ceiling kind of on our relationship, especially when it came to sex. I felt like something was a little off. And it was like at that moment when I found those sites, I was like, oh, this is what's going on. This is why something's a little off here. And so I did, I was angry, I was hurt, it was all this mixture of feelings. And I did the only thing that I could do in that moment. I called him at work because I knew I didn't want to wait. I wanted to address this right away. And all I said to him on the phone was, he answered, he was like, hello. And I said, hey, sweetie, do you have anything that you need to tell me? That's all I said.
Guys, if your wife ever calls you
yeah,
and says that to you, just start confessing to everything you've ever done. Like when I was in 3rd grade, I stole this candy, and just all of it. Just get it all out. Trust me.
But let me tell you, he immediately, it's funny how these things work. He immediately was like, you saw what I saw on the computer. And he said, Ashley, I wish I had the guts to tell you I was dealing with this, but I'm so glad you found it, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And we kind of went through the steps. I was able to forgive Dave, which made trust possible, because forgiveness and trust are two different things, completely different things. And he took those steps necessary to get help with this habit, this nasty habit that so many men and even women struggle with. And after we went through those steps, we put a filter system on all of our devices. We still have one till this day. This was many, many years ago that we dealt with this. But you take those steps together, and let me tell you, I'm so glad that when we were going through that, we went through that in the love seat.
That's right.
We chose to go through that in the love seat, because we would not have been able to get through it on our own.
That's right.
When you're going through problems, any problem that you're facing is really not a his and her problem, it's our problem. It doesn't matter what it is. And that's how we have to face it, because if we don't, we're just going to drift further and further and further apart.
Experience the EXO Tour at a city near you. Seating is limited, so register today. Visit exomarriage.com/tour.